Now, police say triple murder suspect Kyle Clifford is in a serious condition in hospital. He was wanted in connection, of course, with the Crossbow killings of Carol Hunt, the wife of BBC 5 Live racing commentator John Hunt, and two of their daughters, Hannah and Louise. And I'm joined now by GB News reporter Charlie Peters. Charlie, what's the latest on the case?
Well, the Hertfordshire Constabulary have said that Kyle Clifford, the 26-year-old who's been held after being captured yesterday as in a manhunt in connection with the triple homicide that took place on Tuesday evening here in Bushey, is in a serious condition in hospital where he's being treated. As part of that, he's yet to speak to officers due to the seriousness of his medical condition. Now, in that statement, they also went on to say that Kyle Clifford had no previous contact with police with regard to 3 victims of this triple homicide on Tuesday evening. And they also said that they had recovered a crossbow from the suspect. So that's been a key part of this investigation so far, that a crossbow was involved and also potentially other weapons. Now, the police also said that this was an unprecedented attack here in Bushey. It's a part of the commuter belt just north of London in Hertfordshire. It's not an area where you anticipate such appalling activities to occur, and the people living in this area, speaking to journalists earlier today, say they're in complete shock. Some of the notes we've seen written on the floral tributes in front of the police cordon say, "No, I wish this was not real," and they cannot believe that this has happened. Now, the detective superintendent in charge of the investigation said that it will take time and that it will need to be determined the full circumstances of what happened on Tuesday evening and the events leading up to it. They add that they are committed to seeking justice for the victims and their family, and that the thoughts of the force family and loved ones at this devastating and indescribable time. So Kyle Clifford, the 26-year-old, he remains in hospital while he's undergoing treatment for serious medical issues. Now, the police said that during that manhunt yesterday, when they captured and now held Kyle Clifford, they said that they did not fire a shot, so the cause of his injuries is unclear. We saw armed response units involved in that. Here in Bushey, we have seen the major crime unit out knocking on doors and continuing their investigation. Over in Enfield, the Metropolitan Police and the Hertfordshire Constabulary continuing their forensic investigations in the same address they were looking at yesterday. This address understood to be linked to Kyle Clifford. 2018 was convicted and sentenced to 23 years in prison, a whole life tariff for murder and attempted GBH. Those have been the two focuses in Bushey and in Enfield, but it's also sparked a wider conversation in Westminster because of the relevance of that crossbow attack. Last night, Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, saying that the government would move at pace to assess evidence gathered by a government review started by Priti Patel in 2021 after a spate of crossbow-related attacks. This morning, the Security Minister, Dan Jarvis, reaffirmed that position, and it comes after several incidents earlier this year involving using crossbows in attacks. But here in Bushey, the criminal investigation continues as the lead suspect, the sole suspect, remains in hospital being treated for serious conditions.